What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Campus Corner. We've got a abbreviated panel tonight. We've got 4, 5 if Zayleiki gets her computer figured out. I'm really muffled, or is my voice just really low?
No, you sound fine now. But when you first came on, you sounded muffled. Anyway, start of the show.
It does weird. Yeah, every show start is going to be complaining about my mic. Sick again, hence the low and sexy voice.
Oh my god, you sound like Rob Gavigan, if you know who that is, on YouTube.
No. I assume he's someone important, since I've never heard of him.
He's a famous YouTuber. It's fine.
He's going to come on next week like, you were talking shit about me. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry.
Well, good to see you, Kitty. Sorry you're feeling bad. You a Meta. Hey, Kay.
Yep. Yeah, make sure you get the names right.
What's up? Yeah, you point the wrong direction, say the name.
So, yeah, I'm doing good. We're just hanging out, just keeping it chill this episode, it looks like.
Yeah, we're just hanging out for a little bit. I don't know how... Sorry, I'm getting the Twitch stream information set.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't really have any plan for tonight's episode. It's been a crazy week for me. So we literally had a tornado warning up until about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, it's gone? So, nice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're still in a bad storm, but the tornado warning is over. Now it's just a watch.
Yeah, but that's good news, though.
If the,
yeah, I don't know anything about
again,
that.
I won't hear them, so that'll be good. You just ignore it.
We're not in Kansas anymore. We're on Twitch. So I think that we said that we were going to talk about the first 2 hours a bit.
We certainly could. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we never really did do any stream about it. So the first 2 hours, what did everyone think? Like, when we first got in?
I do want to preface this with, we had every intention of doing a full episode. Yep. The issue we're running into is because we were using party chat, no one has everyone's audio. So you only hear one person talking for 2 hours. And I don't know, I can try to rip audio off of everyone that did manage to record video, but my recording stopped about 5 minutes in. So just the whole thing was just an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
The game was great, which really sucks because we had a lot of fun.
I got some decent footage, I think.
Yeah, it'd be
it
hard
just
to
doesn't have commentary.
Yeah.
I tried,
footage is neat,
but it didn't work. It started, I got the first 5 minutes, but for some reason it was glitching, and then you didn't have any audio, and I was like, forget it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I need to cut mine. I could probably just get a few decent sequences out of it.
Yeah, and I was having issues just with my setup before we did that, so I didn't even try to record, but I think it's unfortunately, like, we'll get to the game and how enjoyable that was. But yeah, I agree, Kitty. Like, that, it's funny that trying to do it was kind of like one of the things we learned the most was that, like, okay, that needs to be more easily streamlined on how we can do that all well.
Yeah, I mean, it was really a learning experience. Unfortunately, a lot of what I learned is Meta has no concept of what people need. Like, I feel like it's privacy focused, maybe. But when
I thought you were talking about me so certainly.
Yeah. This guy, he thinks everyone wants a free taco tonight. It's ridiculous. No one wants that. It's chicken parm night, man.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's But I think we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in the future. I mean, that's why that wasn't episode 1. It was episode 0. We were just figuring
episode 0. I mean, I've been given a lot of thought to the way we handle everything, and it's been a lot of fun for 2 months or 3 months, however many. Episode 9, right? Yeah, episode 9. So we got 2 months under our belt, and I mean, we've learned how to all show up and chat with each other. So that's good. But I want to start moving us into a direction where it's enjoyable to watch beyond just like, I think we've all got a good rapport. We all get along well. It's fun to watch us. But I also think it's boring to watch 4 to 8 people just talk about stupid stuff. I think you want to see stupid stuff that we're talking about. So,
I'm right there with you. 100% agree.
So, yeah. There's going to be some... I'm going to use some marketing lingo. There's exciting changes ahead for Council's Corner.
We're going to be industry disruptors.
Basically, we're going to do what everyone else does rather than trying to do our own thing.
But we're going to call it unique and exciting.
Yes.
Yay!
To start out our unique and exciting changes, we're going to do close-ups of Zay for half the episode.
Does that fix it?
Yeah, we're good now. What happened? Did you just...
No, I think it's like I told you, I have that webcam that has the mic in it, and I guess it's just really souped up, so I lowered everything on it.
Now, remind me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you a professional photographer?
I am.
Okay. So I'm an amateur photographer, right? And I mean, I don't want to, brag or anything. There's a distinct difference. You're talking about what?
Okay, long story. Go ahead. Finish.
Did you say balls?
Oh my goodness!
My last photo
shoot
shoot.
Anywhere.
That was my last.
We are not talking about that on the stream. I know that much.
What?
We're gonna avoid that entirely.
Oh my goodness!
Long story that I will not tell you live.
Do we have a safe word?
Safe word? I think it's like peaches, isn't it?
Yeah, the safe word is just Budo going, no, please no.
So wait, what did I do now?
No. I was just making a statement that like you've got this webcam from 2004.
I do not.
From.
Oh,
new.
Shit. I'm literally pixels. Like I'm just a cartoon character.
Yeah, Meta's got the clearest picture of all of us.
It's my
this
you know
beautiful.
what? I lowered everything, so I don't know if I screwed it up. It's
He's
your
even
fault.
got a depth of field thing going on.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, so exciting changes are ahead for our stream. Things will probably be a little more organized. It's tough to watch things like this where we are literally just getting on and chatting and hanging out.
We're free balling.
We're what did I just tell you? What did I just say?
Udo, you were.
We talk about VR games.
Every once in a while, VR comes up in our show.
So on that segue, did you actually get somebody to play Phasmophobia newly, Zay? Did that happen or did it not?
Well, okay, so I did get my middle daughter to play, and she's a beast and not scared of anything. And she walked in there, and she was talking about that ghost mama, and I think she tried to come back at me because then she started messing with me, closing doors, and it was all bad. But she's not scared of anything. She just like took off and was like, "Where's this ghost at? Andrew, where you at, girl? Where you at? You out there with your bleak ass mama?" Like she was going crazy. So we did get somebody, and she did enjoy it, but she really wanted more intensity for things. So
wow,
the game is so funny because I'm not necessarily scared of the game, but you're always waiting for something to like jump scare you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're always on this level of intensity until you finally, for me, it's like 25 minutes into a game. I finally cross this threshold of like, I've just got to play the game. But like that first, especially like the first 10 minutes, the whole time, I'm just like,
That was terrifying.
Yeah, that's how I was when I played Outlast, but that's a 2D game.
Well, see, you know what? The funny thing is Kay and I played it in 2D. We played it on the computer with a friend of mine, and he doesn't have VR yet, but we played it and we did pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you get into that VR, it makes you feel like you're in that cold, dark ass room. Makes you feel like something's about to touch your shoulder or whisper in your ear, and it's something intense.
For me, I think it's a cool jump because, in my opinion, I was always into horror movies. But then when I played my first horror video game, I was like, just flat screen. I was like, whoa, this is for whatever reason scarier, just because you're in control and it's more immersive. But then then VR is just in the whole other next level. It's really fun.
Now, when we get in there again, I need both you and Kitty, one of you at least, to take the Ouija board out of the house and hold it. The ghosts love it. They find it entertaining, and they'll do like little tricks.
She's lying.
I would never. The ghosts.
But I'd love to play it more. I really want to play
I
it
feel
more.
like you're setting me up for something. I don't know.
Would I do that? Meta.
Did I do that?
No, I'm dead serious. I would never do that.
Little Steve Urkel over here.
Yes, Stefan or Kel over here.
I wouldn't do that. But yeah, we had fun with it, and it just an example of how much better 2D is, or how much better VR is versus 2D. Like, it's a totally different game in VR. It's stressful. It's fun. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool. It's good to be able to make a comparison between a computer game and VR game, which, like, on another game note, like, you played the computer version of Demeo, right, Kitty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple times now.
Yeah.
It is, like you said, it's, you're playing the same game, but the immersion is so much different that it doesn't feel like the same game,
Yeah.
And one thing I know I catch myself doing when I'm doing the PC version of Demeo is I just get really quiet. Like, you don't feel that need to communicate on the same level. Like when you're in VR, there's something about it that makes you want to talk and chat and hang out.
And that's interesting. And when you say that, like, it sounds like you have audio capabilities while you're playing on PC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but it just for whatever reason
it's just like it. You just have a camera in a different spot. That's all it is. And you don't have hands. It might be the hands, to be 100% honest with you. I think having hands in the world makes you feel like you're in the world and you can hang out. I don't know.
Touch things. For me, it's the person next to me, because like I really wanted to shake the crap out of Meta after he took my jackpot out of that damn poker game. Yeah, you up there? Yeah, you see the eyes? Mm-hmm. You. He did it.
I like how he's just talking.
He's trying to make a surprise.
I'm not doing anything.
Your character's going crazy.
His eyes are going lipstick. He looks like he's trying to look at me, but not look at me, because he knows he's dead ass wrong for taking my money.
Wait, it's not fixing my tracking. Shit.
There it goes.
There we go. Ah.
We know how you love that hair flip.
He makes it like signature.
Yeah, it's his move. So yeah, what else are you guys up to this week? Any fun games? Any new games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I was just Utah.
He's in Utah.
I feel so on the spot. You talking about the Star Wars pinball?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say that we both have been playing that.
Yeah.
No,
I like it. It's a good time waster. It's not for me. I know like some people are really super into it. I like it. It's a good game. It's a good time sink. It's not the best game in the world. I mean, it's pinball. It's pinball in VR. But if you like pinball, you'll like the game a lot because it has like 3D features and like extra stuff, and it has some nice touches to it.
Is it literally just pinball?
Yes, it is.
Well,
but,
I mean,
but it also is slightly more because there's like missions and episodes, and then like you can trigger like 3D events that happen, and you get teleported to like different areas. Like there's like a speeder race one where you're in the middle of it, and then all of a sudden you have a completely different screen, and you're on the back of a speeder doing pinball, and you have to do it in order to hit the other bike. That's like a very short sequence, though. It's like one of the things you have to unlock things while you're playing the game. But then it has like a whole like basement, like as if like someone who just poured like a ton of money into a basement and made it super Star Wars themed. That's like it's like the basement in Demio kind of thing. How like they built up a basement. It's like what you're playing in, and it changes depending on the board you play.
and
So I
it's
mean, it
funny,
has some nice touches.
and it's like we've gotten so into the multiplayer games. It's like that would be the one thing I wish you could do is like the Demio Lounge, that people could be in that same room. Like if there was like a row of pinball machines and you could all be playing and talking to each other.
I
while
just
you're
don't
playing.
know how you make pinball multiplayer though.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't.
It's hanging out.
Yeah,
It's like going to
it's
the
that.
arcade.
Exactly. It's
You're not
that.
playing the same table.
But like if
just
you're
hanging
actually
out.
talking, or you could watch somebody else playing a game, you know.
And that's so big. Like, you know, as a kid going to the arcade, watching people play games, because I was really poor, was, you know, part of what I did. You go and you fantasize about, man, if I had a quarter, I'd have so much fun right now.
Yeah.
See, you're
Check
aging
all the-
yourself. You're aging yourself. Don't talk
Hey,
about
they were a quarter, but yeah, kids, there used to be these places called arcades.
arcades, yes. And they had multiple games.
You
I
could
live
go
down the
play.
street in downtown Norfolk. There's the Selden Arcade, which like it used to be like a historical arcade for the city, but now it's just like a local food vendor. It still has the Selden Arcade carved into the side of the marble on the building.
Are you serious? That's heartbreaking.
And it's interesting.
You
I
know,
mean,
it's-
I know they were around, but I can't remember any of them specifically. And I must have played one, but some of the first actual VR headsets must have only been available at arcades. Like there was,
Oh
yeah. I just can't think of any specifically.
I
but
mean, originally you had
the Terminator one.
like
The Terminator one.
Vector-
I remember that.
Vector Wars or Vector Tank, something like that. And it was this bright green helmet that was on like a camera boom, and you would lower it down over your head, and you held your hands on the side, and you could twist it to move the view. And it was that it kind of looked like Star Fox 64 was the graphics in there,
Yeah.
but it was really cool because you could move around and it would update really well. And I think you were a tank and you could shoot, but there wasn't much else to it.
The closest to VR that I got was going to Disneyland and sitting in the 360 room and watching the movies. And that made me want to puke.
My first Omni Theater experience was a mountain climbing video. And you're in there and the guy's climbing and he's looking around and then he falls. And like his rope catches him. But like everyone, I think I was also like 12 at the time. But everyone was
Only a couple
screaming
years
like,
ago.
oh my God. But yeah, it's that 360 theater. Omnimax, I think is what it was called. But,
That made me feel like that when we were playing Warplanes, when we were just floating in the air. I literally felt like
oh yeah.
I was going to fall on the ground and just, that. I still don't know how y'all did so well. Because literally every time I turned, I felt like I was going good when I was going straight. And then I see like Kay would be flying past me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. And then I start flying. And then I go upside down. And then my whole stomach just came straight up and tapped the roof of my mouth. And it was over for me. But I love the game. I really love the game. I thought that was fun. I love that we all got to play with it, for the first time all together. It was a little confusing and hectic, but I loved that.
I think we've got a petition for Sermaldo to change his name to Red Baron.
Right.
I don't get how he is so good at this. I've played with him, I don't know, 5 or 6 times now. Just
And you
doing
said
campaign stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, he flies circles around me. We're in the same plane. And he's like shooting everyone down. I'm still working on the same plane. He's taking down 10 fighters.
Are you
Like,
guys?
I don't get how
Do you
he's doing
upgrade your planes? You got to upgrade your planes.
that. Yeah,
You
mine
have
is
to beat the tutorial
mine is
first.
level 6 on everything. So
Wait, even on the armor? Because you upgrade your
Except
armor. Okay. You have your armor at 3? It should be at 3.
No,
That's
my
why I have
armor's at
mine.
1, I think.
Oh, that's horrifying. Yeah, you're gonna get shot down constantly.
Everyone was saying don't upgrade it past 1.
Everyone's a liar. I don't know what to tell you.
I wanted to bring this up, that this was a good line that was in the first 2 hours that I thought should be remembered, is that we were all playing and we're playing for, it was like hour and a half or so, or hour. And just to give an idea, Sir Maldo was kicking our asses so bad that I forget who it was. I think Kitty said, he was like, so how many hours have you put into this game before we started this? Because we just could not believe that he had never played the game
with
before.
a screenshot that he had just bought it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He posted a screenshot in the Discord because I legitimately feel like he played it before. And he's like, no, I've just done a lot of flight simulators and dogfighting games.
And I haven't done many of those besides Star Fox, which is
he's watching this stream right now, just so pissed at us.
Actually, no, we can talk crap about him right now.
He's not here to defend himself. This is how the stream works.
Okay.
I'm so happy I haven't missed a night yet. It would just be shit on me night.
It really would.
I'd be more sad to be Bonely because none of us have even brought him up yet. I think he went to shop for some sleeves or something. I'm not sure.
Shots
he
fired.
does he ever wear sleeves? Like
one time. Just that one time.
He did one night. Did you see the shirt he made that says Bonely on it?
Shut up. No, I did not.
He made a shirt that says Bonely. And then he showed it off like pre-stream while hanging out. And then during the stream, I forgot to bring it up. No one else brought it up. So he didn't even, no one even knew he was wearing it. I think that's the only night he had sleeves, was that shirt.
Siberian joined us. He says, rest in peace, Bonely.
I'm not having any chat showing up anywhere.
Oh. But anyways, but yeah, more on Warplanes. I'll mention mine again more, but what do you, Zay said she enjoyed it even though she couldn't do it, but.
I played, but it was like, my stomach was so up there in knots. I already told you guys, like, oh, what happened to Kitty? I already felt like I was going to get sick. So I had to take a short break. And it just so happened that my 2-year-old was going ballistic. So I muted myself. And then I was like, you know what? I can't handle this anymore. I got to take a break.
And I feel bad because we almost joked because Zay was like, oh, this is going to mess me up. And we were like, well, then you're the perfect person for this kind of show to like test. Okay, what is it like when you're playing a game that's so intense for the first time? And yeah,
you guys, you're lucky that I love you.
And after 2 hours, are you returning the game?
No, I kept it. I have a really bad policy of returning things. Like the refund thing just doesn't work for me. I kept it because I do like.
Oh yeah, you buy things, but then like you're like, I'll return this if I never use it, but then you never return it. Yeah, I know that life.
It's bad. I'm sitting there like, do I really want to return something that I bought? No. And
I'm like, do I want to put the extra effort into returning?
That part. But,
like the item has to be over a certain dollar amount for me to care enough to return it.
See, that's why we get along so well.
How about you, Kay? What do you feel about the game? Are you keeping it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I had so much fun. I did get sick. Well, I didn't get sick. I felt sick the beginning, and then I got the hang of it when I finished the tutorial. But when we got into the game, and it was all of us, and then we were shooting at each other with the flares, I thought, oh, I could do this, and I had turned myself around. I wish I never did that because that really messed me up. I felt so sick, but then I kind of, felt a little better, like I could hang on to it. But as soon as I got off, it was over with. I had tried to, I think, drink water, and I felt so sick. I said, you know what? I'm going to bed. I was so sick.
Oh, man, you guys had a rough time. I didn't realize it was that bad.
It was bad. We got motion sickness in the first VR game that we played, which was...
Did you take Dramamine?
You know what? But I don't like taking that stuff because it puts me to sleep, and then I'm asleep for days. I don't have time to sleep for days. So I just kind of suck it up and pray that I don't.
I read
Yeah.
someone saying ginger helps.
Ginger
So
does help.
making a ginger tea or something before you play might help.
Yeah, non-drowsy Dramamine. Look at the ingredient. It's literally just ginger. It's ginger powder. That's all it is.
And
I know
I
you
just
said
got me
that.
some. I just got me some, so now I should be able to actually play different games.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and yeah, so with me, it didn't affect me too much for the motion sickness. I've just been lucky with the motion sickness, but it just something about it I was struggling with, but I still enjoyed it. I want to try the campaign. I haven't done that yet. Just something about it didn't hit me as hard of like, oh, I love this game. I don't know what. I can't put my finger on it, but I want to try it again because it seems like it's got some depth to it. It's got something there.
I will say it feels really underpowered. You know, especially compared to some of the games we've been playing lately. It feels like it's not very like fleshed out. Like the ground is flat. There's no landscape. There are trees, but you can't crash into them. But there's, it's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like low res, low power. It is
Are you
really
still
cool
talking
in
about
parts.
Warplanes, or is this a different game?
Warplanes.
Oh, you can crash into the trees.
Can you?
They don't crash you. You take damage from it. If you keep hitting them, you'll eventually die.
Okay.
They
Well,
find
that-
out. She
that
does.
explains it. I know at one point I was in a dive and I barely pulled out of it and I just went through a bunch of trees and I was like, oh man, I thought I'd be out and I didn't die.
Oh yeah, I know. I was a little disappointed too, and so I tested it. They hit you like bullets essentially. Like you hit enough of them,
Okay.
you'll eventually die.
Well, that's good at least. That's nice.
Yeah.
But one cool thing about it is even though it does feel really low power, in the campaign we hit a point where there's like 25 enemies on screen, like fighters and bombers, and there's another 20 ships in the water.
Did
like,
you do the player made map with me and Stormaldo?
Yeah.
And like
that's what
that.
I'm talking about. There was like
Well, that
40
wasn't a
enemies
campaign,
total.
but yeah.
Oh well, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. The thing, the stuff.
And that's a good question. Is have you guys played the campaign both alone and with people? And what's the difference?
You
guess I haven't
can't
done
play
it
the
before.
campaign with people. That's only solo.
Gotcha.
But the campaign is more like 4 missions that rotate. It's not really like a driven story, really. Like there's like a story, but it's not really a story. It's more like individual missions have like stories attached to them, but there's not like a progressional story.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, but that's good. I mean, it is to me. The multiplayer part was the funnest part. The fact that it's not all it's not just fighting against each other, but that you can co-op. That part I did like. I feel like co-op is such a fun thing.
I
in
found
VR.
single player to be really fun, honestly, because what you can build up like a whole squadron of fighters and mix and match them, and you can switch between those in the middle of the same game. So like you can see one of your planes getting taken down, or they're about to take something down, and you can swap over to it mid-flight, and then an AI will take over the plane you were just in, and you'll take over that plane, and you can just do that constantly.
That is really cool.
Oh, it's super cool. It's a lot of fun. It leads up to some really cinematic moments where, like, you just get into a string where, like, you kill, like, 7 planes in a row by swapping between different planes. And you'll see, it's almost like slow-mo. You'll skip over to the plane you started, and you'll just see, like, all these planes raining down to the ground that you just killed from different planes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so, like, that aspect's really cool.
Nice. But yeah, it was fun. I think the coolest part of doing that wasn't just playing the game. It was just knowing that we were all playing it for the first time at the same time.
And that experience, yeah, exactly. All of us experiencing the same thing. And, having Zay in the voice chat, just like, what am I doing? What's happening right now? And that tutorial.
Why is it always targeting me like I'm the lost child?
Well,
They-
not that you were lost.
So-
Just that, like that initial, like, what did I get myself into?
Uh-huh.
Man, I felt like playing that game was like the inverse of Zenith. It was like Zenith lacks endgame content. This game was like starting content. Jokes, you have them. We don't have any tutorial. What are you talking about?
Have you noticed that with a lot of VR games, though? Have you noticed where it's kind of so immersive that they just toss you into these games? They don't tell you how to play them? Because that's what I'm finding in a lot of VR games.
Agreed. Yeah, and I remember hearing a video game designer talking about one of the things that's hard to do, but it is to do that good walkthrough without it being the tutorial. Like back in the day, you'd have to read the manual for a video game, and then they figured out how to not have to have a manual and do that. But VR hasn't figured that out yet. I don't know why.
I feel like the first level of Halo is the perfect tutorial, right? You go in, a light shines, and it tells you to look at the light. So if you pull down on the thumbstick, it inverts your view
That's been
automatically.
copied so many
If you
times.
push up, then it stays uninverted. After you look at the lights, it has you, push a button to sprint. Let's get out of the ship. Let's find this. Let's shoot. And it walks you through every point while you're actually doing it. And there's really no risk, but you still feel like there's risk. So you're learning. It's hitting your memory in this way, like, okay, this is what I did when these enemies jumped out. This is what I did when I had to duck through something. It's not just like, hey, push these buttons. It's having you do it in a way that's relevant to the story.
It's one of the things
hard to do. It's just so poorly done so often.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Like Zenith. Like, there's a tutorial in Zenith. When you boot up and run through it, it tells you how to do everything.
It does.
I
Those
couldn't
little
figure out
stations at
how
the
to
start.
eat my freaking cookie forever. Like, at some point, the bot popped up in front of me, and he said, put it in your face, and then it disappeared immediately. And I had no clue what he was talking about. So I'm like putting my blaster in my face. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Like doing a power up or something. And it wasn't until I don't know how long I was in the game.
How do I eat this cookie?
How to eat it?
I just want to eat the cookie.
Well, I'm like holding it. I'm pushing the buttons. I'm doing actions. I'm trying to throw it. Like I'm doing all kinds of crap, and it wasn't doing anything.
In a Township Tale, they fixed that by making a little chomp chomp noise. So when we were first playing, I went like this, and I was like, "Oh, am I eating this?" And it made the little chomp chomp sound. So then I went around eating every damn thing. But yeah, just little things like that, just little itty bitty.
Yeah, A Township Tale seems to have gotten the crafting aspect down a bit better. I played a little bit of it.
We have it, and like I said, we just got tossed into the game. There's no real tutorial on everything but the basics. So when we got in there, we almost not played the game again. It was such a turnoff to be in there.
The community, if you run into people, like my first experience in A Township Tale was this guy literally like, like you get in there and it's like, make this like fire stick or whatever, the torch. Yeah, the fire stick. The torch. Yeah, this guy like made one and gave it to me, and then he told me how to make it. Like just some random dude. I wish I had a clip of that. I was like, I never responded to him for the longest time, then I realized he was a real person. And I was like, oh my gosh, I thought you were like a tutorial bot. Like the way you just like, I just loaded up this game, I didn't realize.
See, we got motion
fire stick for you, user.
We get motion sickness in that game because they don't have that Zenith flow, to movement. But when we got into that game, we were so lost. We're like, what are we supposed to do? We're picking up stuff, but we didn't know how to put nothing together. And it's a highly, you have to have people in that game to play that game. Because Kay and I are like, spent hours and hours just to build one damn bridge to get to the next portion. And it's like you have to have that community to build your area. So we didn't have any friends to play it like we wanted to.
And that's when it comes to VR tutorials. Like we've mentioned it before in this show, is that sometimes there should be a certain level of tutorial, but if it's a multiplayer game and you get to learn from other players, that can almost be part of the fun. Like if it's almost required to learn from other people, part of that can be cool, but it can also be annoying.
But you have to have a player base.
Very much. Yeah.
Like I understand the thought behind it. Like I feel like the time we played Orbis, like it seems like they rely heavily on the community to be there when you boot up.
Yep. And it wasn't there when we started playing.
Luckily when we jumped in to do that, we at least had Andian with us, and he knew what he was doing. I called him an expert at some point. And he was like, "No, I played a little bit. Don't do that." All right, expert. But
yeah.
But yeah, it is awesome that you can have a community show you how to play a game, but you shouldn't rely on that. Even
Yeah.
when you know you've got a hit on your hands, which I mean, Zenith had such a following through the backing and everything else that it's not a surprise to them that they had a community right off the bat. But I mean, where it's at, well, it's still pretty big, to be honest. Every time I get in, there's a ton of people in the starting areas. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
And
the
before
difference is,
yeah. Oh no, please. I thought you were done.
the difference is I used to log on and there'd be 7 servers that are all full, and then you'd start seeing, high, and then you'd finally start seeing some mids and lows. And now you get on and there's one server that's full and then everything else is low. No, you can.
Yeah, no. I just, before I forget, I wanted to, speaking of tutorials and games, we've given it praise a lot, but shout out to Half-Life Alex for doing the best VR tutorial through the game on everything, I feel like.
Must be nice. I'm over here, standalone user. Can't play Half-Life on my computer.
I know.
It's not that resource intensive.
My computer can't handle it, I promise you.
Really?
Yeah.
It had a hard time handling Noda, which is just like a notepad in VR. So I don't think it's gonna run Half-Life.
Isn't your laptop the one that melted or something?
A little bit.
But yeah, tutorials, intros to games. Half-Life does a good job. But I mean, that's kind of Valve's standard. I feel like they get games, and you think about every game they've made, they they open up modding to the community. So the game's out for a week, and all of a sudden there's 10 other games to play that are based off of that game. And so I feel like Valve just understands people wanting to play games. And so, it's unfortunate they don't have that many games, I still think Portal is just one of the best games I've ever played in my life.
See, I've never played it, but would that translate amazingly to VR?
I think it would, from what I've heard. I never played it though.
Kitty don't think so, or something. He's got his wheels turning.
So, if you haven't played Boneworks,
not yet. Yeah,
Bone Lab will be coming out, and I guarantee you we'll all be spending a lot of time in that. I'm sure. It is single player, so it's not quite as relatable for our show. But I'm going to be playing Bone Lab a lot.
Yeah.
But, Boneworks is the closest kind of analogy I could give to Portal. But in Portal, there's a whole lot of physics-based puzzles. And when you're doing physics-based puzzles with your body, it's hard enough to do it in first person. So because in Portal, you're locked in first person. I don't think you can go to third person. And so you're trying to do these physics puzzles where you have to launch your body through a doorway and onto a specific point. And I feel like if I tried doing that in VR, I would be throwing up all over the place.
Okay, even you. Yeah.
It's a very intense game on a flat screen. And this is also, 20 years ago? How old is Portal? I mean,
You're aging yourself again.
Am I?
Shut up, he's 17.
Yeah, 17.
Oh wait, we have to kick him out of the Crimson.
Yeah, you're not old enough.
I'm sorry. I have to do this to you. You're excommunicated.
Oh no. If you can't tell, I am a little over 17, just a bit.
Haircut's looking good, by
19.
2007. So we're not quite to 20 years yet, but we're getting close.
Oh my gosh.
15 years old. So I mean, 15 years ago, and I still, in my mind, when it comes to a PC game, that's what I think of first, a flat PC game. I'm either thinking Portal or WoW. And both of those are so old. We've had all this time for new things to come out, and that's still.
You don't think of Call of Duty or
Those all that feels
Any
like a
Bethesda
console game.
games? Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Console. They
Console.
all feel like console games. They don't feel like computer games. Portal.
Oh,
feels like a
computer games?
game.
I think of like Empire Earth, like Age of Empires,
Ew.
or
No,
like
don't do that.
let's see.
The Sims.
No,
StarCraft.
no. StarCraft.
Oh,
100%.
StarCraft. That is
StarCraft is a big one.
Which I still think we talked about. I still think a VR version of that could be awesome if you did
I
it
thought
right.
I liked
would
RTS
love
games because of StarCraft.
I did
Yeah.
like RTS games for years, and then I discovered StarCraft and didn't realize how I never found like the most popular version of the game I like. It was a very good day.
No other RTS game, like I can't play them for more than half an hour.
I
And
was shocked by how
StarCraft, I
good
sunk,
the single player in
months and months
StarCraft is,
into.
the campaign.
Yeah, single player, like, and just getting lost in it forever. Like I loved that game. I had that on CD-ROM, buddy.
I know. I still need to play
Aging
the
yourself
Protoss
again.
expansion.
I'm old. We get it. We all. I think. Are you older than me? You might be older than me. How old are you?
I'm just returning 25, like in February.
So
Mhm.
Warplanes, yeah. So,
I was gonna say, like we did with Warplanes, since you brought it back up.
it's supposed to be the theme of tonight's episode.
Well, right, but
Is it?
I had like
Is it?
Cindy and I had talked about one of the things I think would be neat to do, because we were talking about tutorials and not having that guide to test out other games. I like to see what y'all do, like Zemio. I don't know if I get into it, but I'd love to see y'all play it. And I thought it would be neat that if we had maybe two of us each time we do our show playing the game, so that we can talk about it, we can see it, it's all interactive, people can ask questions about it while we're playing. I think it would it's kind of like that tutorial, so that it's not just, you buy a game and then you don't really know how it feels or what it looks like. I think that'd be neat.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great
that's-
idea. I think it would be, and it could, especially with that kind of game, because it's turn-based and you don't have to, like be doing something all the time. It would be really interesting to play that because in two ways, we could actually still interact with you guys or with everybody else and be like, oh, this is what's going on there. There's that. And then also you people who are watching us play could be like, oh no, don't do that. No, that's a bad idea. And or you should do this.
Oh yeah, like turning on Real War and Warplanes when you get in there for the first time. It's a very bad idea. There's no markers for who is the enemy. It's just like you have to actually see their markers on their planes to know that they're the enemy. There's no indicator. And like, so if you go up to simulation, also the AI gets more intense. Yeah,
That'd be fun.
yeah, it gets really hard.
So what you guys are talking about right now, actually, earlier in the episode when I said, changes are coming, exciting changes are coming, it's one of the things a few of us were talking about earlier is we want to incorporate VR gaming into our stream. So all of our streams, like this is great. Hanging out and chatting is great, but we'd like to incorporate it so that we're hanging out and chatting in VR. So, what I was kind of pushing back and forth in my mind is still having real cameras and real people on stream, and then also having some of us in a game so that we can have one of us out here producing the stream and then a few of us in game, and then
that's how we met after all, was talking.
Our personalities don't really come through until we're actually in a game. Like, I'm highly intelligent and laid back, but you don't get that from this stream.
She's a sophisticated modern woman, and she has a brain.
And that's it exactly. Like, where this show was born was us hanging out under the map in Zenith and all just chatting for 3 hours.
You see me under the map. You see me under that map when we were stalking you. You see me. I never knew that.
And I think it would only be appropriate that the first time we try this and do it, it should be in Zenith.
I feel like Zenith's a good place to do it.
Yeah, that's. I think that's.
And that'll be fun too, because then randos can come into the tavern, and then we have guests appearing on our show that didn't mean to.
And we can do the thing that we thought of before we ever did it. We could hold the carrot up and be like, "Hey, you're live right now. What do you?" You know.
We had so many grand plans. Yeah, we need to rehatch all those grand plans.
We need to have our guild meetings under the mountain. We just can't show how we got there.
Yeah, no. I'm still shocked at myself and Kitty for us just running. Hey, Meta says let's follow him, and then we end up somewhere.
Guys, let's go.
Every night for 2 weeks. Every night for 2 weeks was Meta showing up. We're fighting the boss. Meta shows up, helps us kill the boss. And then he's like, "Hey guys, you guys want to see something? Do you want to see something? Come check this out. Let's fast travel here." And then 10 minutes later, we're in the middle of literally nowhere.
Which makes sense to why he would stare off in the middle of nowhere and we'd be like, "What is Meta doing?" Because we thought he was meditating, but his ass was staring at a mountain with nothing else in it, and he was like, "Oh, how did I get over here? Like, what the hell were you doing that whole time?" Now we know. Now we know.
I was scouting out the next location.
Yeah, you remember that? I was like, "What the hell is he doing? Is he okay?"
We were doing invasions, and the last thing I remember from Meta, we were all together in one group. And just he's ripping on his pipe, and we hear it for like 2 minutes straight, just bubbles, more bubbles, more bubbles.
I thought he ate something bad.
And then he's like, he just gets up and he flies away, and he stands on this cliff edge over by the invasions, and we're all like, what's he doing? Is he all right? Like, oh, maybe he's just got to go AFK. And then he's still over there 15 minutes later. And so we finally go over there to see him, and he's just like, the color palette they chose for these mountains is just really pretty. Have you ever looked up close at the rock? Like, it's such a pretty game.
I wanted him to pass me that damn bong because I wanted to see it.
I mean, yes, it is some pretty artwork, isn't it?
It really is. That is pretty.
Better to appreciate when you're high.
You know what's really frustrating me right now is I am like itching to jump into Zenith and play. Like, just talking about this stuff makes me like so.
It's been a while.
Nostalgic. I'm like, oh, it'll be fun. Then I know we'll get in and let's go do an invasion. Oh yeah, this is Zenith.
Yeah. But
is it time to start bashing Zenith again? At that point of the stream.
I would be down to do it if Blade Master had a teleport function. I need to be able to just goof off in the middle of my grinding, but I can't do that as a Blade Master for reasons we can't discuss. But I can't do that.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Like you just said, Kitty, it was when you guys were all talking about that, it just made me think, okay, despite all the issues with Zenith, it was weird that it was so fun just fucking with it and messing things up and going where we shouldn't go. I mean, that was fun. It was a blast.
Dude, I cultivated some fear in that game. I'd be like, "Hey guys, you want to go see this?" And someone would always be like, "Can't we get banned for that?" And I'm like, "Dude, we're not doing anything. No one's doing anything like especially wrong." Oh my gosh.
It's such a I don't know how to feel about it, because honestly, that's how I've always had fun in games, is finding exploits, finding holes in the map. Halo 2 had sword flying, and again, I'm dating myself, but that was my first experience, like really finding an exploit and just having so much fun exploring maps. Because you could use this to get way outside the map, and you could see all the stuff that the designers built that they thought you would never see. And there's something just so great about that, because again, you find Easter eggs, you find just neat stuff. Like, so far, like what did we do in Zenith? We've been around the mines. That's some neat area down there.
Y'all dropped me from the middle of nowhere. Hey, let's see the chick that can't fly. Let's tell her to fly across underneath the world. And
there's the mountains where it shows that you're in the mountain area, even though you're still in the desert because you're at the end of the map.
See, I used to get in trouble from Kay because when we first played Zenith, she wanted to do it all by the rules, and we got to go to this level and then this level in this area. Well, me, I'm like, hell no. I got the little teleport thing. I'm just going to hop all over the place. And I seen half the damn game just teleporting across the mountains, and she's mad at me because I'm dragging her ass with me, like just a little further. That was fun. I got to see all the stuff that I wasn't supposed to see at like level 4.
That's one of the cool things about Zenith is you can get on the boss platform as a level 1. You know, it's a long walk, but you can do it.
And you have to know how to fly.
Well, yeah, I guess you do have to fly a little bit to get there. Maybe you can't get on the boss platform. Yeah, you can, because they've had level 1s fighting. I've seen it.
You have to go the long way. You can't take the shortcut. You have to fly each individual part. And you have to know how to glitch glide, otherwise you can't do it.
Yeah.
Also, the way they do that is they give them stamina potions, or not potions, but food.
That makes sense. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
What used to make me die laughing was when Meta would get all these newbies to just follow us. They don't know what they're doing, but they'll want to hang out with you, and then we're all going underneath.
Like 8 level 40s and like 3 level 6s.
Yeah, they're all like, yeah, we're following these guys, and we're like, oh my god, you really don't know what you're getting into. This is one of those after school specials, you know. Don't follow strangers.
We're gonna get you free XP. Just follow us.
Like that one kid that you guys gave that drink to, and you told him he could kill anything, and he just went ballistic and low level.
Yeah, he started running at everything.
You know what? That guy had the best night grinding he's ever had.
I know.
He did. He just took off and started killing everything in his path.
Like,
yep,
and it all started
with
on.
He died. He felt great. I just know it.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Oh no, he did die. He died instantly. He died at the first thing he ran at.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You know, that was one of the first nights we really all clicked. Now that I think about it, you know, where we were all hanging out and we were trying to play the game, and then we were like, let's just have fun. And I remember looking back at that. That was one of the first nights where it was us, Budo. I think you were there.
I think I ran around the whole platform asking literally everyone. Well, no, I think I picked like 13 people, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to just go on an adventure?" And like 5 of them just straight up told me no. Like, I'd rather play the game.
And then we had Kay out there making fruit art, telling everybody to go to the tavern, and we had like a strip club night at the tavern. That was great.
I missed that. Yeah.
We got Chi Dragon to take off all of his clothes.
And you know what? I never seen him after that. I was like, is he scared of us?
He was embarrassed. My man, he woke up hungover. He's like, what did I do last night?
He is one of the nicest men on the planet, man.
Really?
He is one of the coolest, chill guys. He's worse at flying than Zay is.
That's awesome. That's a skill. Zay learned how to fly near the end.
I know, and then you know what's crazy is if I go back in there, I probably don't know how to fly.
It's disorienting if you haven't been in there for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? Like, I got back into it, and I find it easier now. Like, I used to put effort into it, and this time
I heard from someone that when one of their quality of life fixes that they updated where the trigger zone is for glitch gliding.
Oh, so they made it easier to fly?
I think they might have.
Oh, that could definitely explain it, because yeah, I wasn't putting any effort into it this time, and I was flying.
I don't know how true that is. I was told that by a random in game, but he was level 40 as well. So I mean, he just like we had, he'd been playing for a while at least to have known the difference.
They probably got tired of me smacking to the side of their rocks, so they're like, her face is planted here, and so.
I mean, it makes sense. Like their whole player base is doing that. So I mean, the people who can't do it keep getting left behind, and they're trying to build a social experience. It would make sense that they leaned into that. At least I think it would be a smart move.
That's one thing about Zenith is it is social. You know, a lot of these games aren't as socially friendly. So
no, it can be difficult to have a full-on conversation while you're actively trying to shoot your friend down.
And speaking of social games, Zenith is great. We all met there, but I'm just curious, Zay and Kay, do you have any inklings to get Demeo? Because that's another good social game.
That's why, yes, it is. That's what because, you know, one of the things is we're trying to do more games that you guys like too. You know, we like zombies, we like scary games, you know, but we want to try to do the racing and Demeo. Demeo has been one that I've looked at that I thought I liked, but I want to see you guys play it before I put that money into it. You know, I just want to watch y'all play it and how you interact with it, how it moves. So that's why I was saying, you know, as far as watching,
we could do a Demeo stream.
Mm-hmm. Like
that shouldn't be hard.
I watched the stream, but
yeah, that's easy.
I don't know. Okay, did you think it it sparked my interest? It did look
Demeo
fun.
would be a good game to stream. Actually, it's like a nice bite size.
We could do a Demeo stream.
Yeah, what do you think of it, Kay?
After the show,
I was thinking about it. I was either thinking about Demeo, like Dash Dash. I just wanted some other game to play with y'all because I know we have the only game we have with you guys is poker, and Warplanes, and Zenith.
I will say Demeo is a popular VR game too. We should probably actually stream that at one game of the year. You know, if you search Demeo and GIFs on like a lot of VR games, it actually has GIFs that show up in Twitch and such. Like, or not Twitch,
free games too. You know, Gorilla Tag. There's Gun Raiders. There's a lot of content.
You know, Gun Raiders. I've been jumping back into that. When I first got my headset, I tried it out, and there were a lot of squeakers and squealers.
But you can make your own private
room. It was not very fun. And I also didn't realize that the way you could fly. So this time I got into it, and because of Zenith, I naturally tried to fly, and I mean, you can get around that map so fast in Gun Raiders, and like you see everyone else just kind of like barely gliding, and like you're just like a jet plane killing everything.
Now I gotta watch you play it. Now I gotta play with you because I'm.
Wait, glitch gliding is a thing in that game?
It's not glitch gliding. It's just taking advantage of movement mechanics.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's hard to do because I did it accidentally.
So
it's not the same. It's not the same thing. You're just doing it the way the game lets you do it.
By the way,
like no one else
I think we should totally have like a little video of someone doing that, like IRL doing glitch gliding, because I bet we look ridiculous, like little chickens.
That's what I look retarded half the time I play anything. I look half retarded when I'm in real life. So I know when I'm VR, I probably look so goddamn retarded. Because her and I, we were playing Gun Raiders, and we were running after each other with those katanas. You should have seen us. We're sitting over there like slashing each other, and you know she cusses up a storm. So I was telling her to watch her mouth. But we were running around. You're muted, and it was fun. It was a blast.
Yeah.
Oh, retarded. See, you know damn well you can't give me things. I can't multitask. That's not my. I'm gonna mute myself so I can read the chat.
But so I know Zaylee said she wants to watch us play, but Kay, I'm curious, would you be interested in playing the game for like the first time with a group of us who know how to play the game and streaming that?
For sure. Yeah.
So then that might be a fun thing to do literally this Friday, because we're gonna have a game night, and maybe if you can't join that night, that's fine. But we should stream this this Friday. Yeah.
We do have a Demeo night scheduled Friday with a bunch of people.
So that would be good. That would be a good night to stream it. But it'd be fun if we could have like one person who's never played it, 3 people who have maybe, or
as long as Bonley does not describe anything, because he told us, hey, jump into poker and we'll teach you how to play. We get in there, he gave us the wrong damn room code.
Oh yeah. No, so we get into poker. Me and Sormato jump into poker with Bonley, and he goes, Kay and Zay are coming. And me and Sormato are like, okay.
2 hours
And then
later.
no. And so then he goes, wait, Abba wants us to join his table with his friend. They play this game quite a bit. And we're like, okay, do you think they're gonna mind if like we bring two people that don't know how to play poker? And he's like, I'm sure it'll be fine. And Sormata's like, do you want to wait first and have them join this room so we can teach them first before we join the room with people they don't know? And he's like, no, it's gonna be fine. And Sormata's like, okay, man, let's just do it.
We were literally struggling. I was texting him. I was like, we're struggling over here, but we'll be in there in just a minute. We're just trying to find the room. He was like, oh, okay. I was like,
No,
what was the room again?
Remember, I told
It's
you I
not
logged into
intuitive
the
when you
lobby,
get in there.
and there was all these guys that just mobbed me. And so I'm like trying to click. He's like, go to the big spinny thing, spin, and then hop into what's his name? What was it? Wasn't it supposed to be under Samaldo's name? He's like,
It wasn't under Sormata's
right,
name.
it's the worst problem. What the hell? And then you got all these guys trying to like, hey, how you doing? What you doing? What we playing? I'm like,
You don't know how to mute yourself yet either, even though it's super
no,
easy.
I didn't know how to watch. And I'm
This
like,
is the first time.
No, the first time I logged in, it took me about 15 to 20 minutes to join Burnley and
And then-
Sormata's game. I couldn't figure it out.
Then when I logged in, I pop in and I'm next to a chick with horns. Like, she was terrifying. I'm like, and then you guys couldn't hear me. So I'm like, okay, who is this person? Am I in the right room? And Bonley's like, I couldn't see all of him. It was the weirdest thing. So Bonley cannot describe anything. Anything. And then when we did get in, though, I have to say, I love the props. That was my favorite part. I hope I didn't piss off the guy that was in poker because I was totally not taking it serious. I was smoking out of a cow's ass and playing with donkeys and popping Metas balloons and
Only in VR. Only in VR.
right. They told me that Kitty, look what Kitty does. So I'm like, oh, you stick the cigar in his mouth and then you put some gas to your lips and you blow? Cool. Let me know. So yeah.
I do smoke out of a lot of donkey butts. It's true.
Cow ass. I even tried to milk the little teeth on the cow, and I tried to get Meta to do it, but he wouldn't do it with me. They say you can milk anything with teeth.
I have
Yes.
teeth.
I'm gonna. Never mind.
You
I'm
want to
gonna be
milk me,
quiet.
Greg?
I'm gonna mute myself. Mute myself.
No, and I just want to say, if you were worried about annoying him, I don't think you did at all. He's loves it, and he's super. He's stoked to be with a group of people who are just having fun in VR.
What are you confused about? The teeth?
No, we were talking about, we were playing that
Siberian's like,
poker
"Aren't we
game, and then,
talking
I,
about
and then I
VR?"
smoked out of a donkey's butt. That's what you do in poker, right?
So one
That's
of the
how I
great
know.
things about PokerStars VR is in their effort to make it social, they've put a bunch of props in the game. So you can spawn all kinds of things from cigarettes and cigars to little farm animals that actually are animated.
They
and look
walk on the
realistic.
table. So they're just walking on the table.
All
There's
kinds
guns,
of crazy
there's
ray
lightsabers.
guns. Yeah.
And you can interact with the
kinds of
3D
crazy
environment
stuff.
around you. You can like shoot the
Yeah.
bell in the western place and like the bell goes off. It's really cool. They have one where like you're in outer space and there's like ships going by you, and they have like a medieval one where like there's unicorns and stuff. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
They
so
really put a lot of extra effort into that game. You know, it feels like
It's
how
so
casinos put a
funny
lot of
because-
extra effort into the building where people lose all their money.
I was trying
It's
to
a
blow
free
smoke
game.
out I'm in VR.
And-
I was like,
and you can legitimately play that game 10 hours a day and never spend a dime on it. You know,
You can.
but
You can't be
It's
100% terrible at poker and do that though. But otherwise, you can.
yeah. Is someone unwrapping a caramel or something?
Oh, that's a Jolly Rancher.
you knew that had to be a Jolly Rancher because that's some high ass shit right there. Jolly Rancher is better when you're high.
Mm,
I mean,
blue
I-
Green
raspberry.
apple. Oh, blue raspberry, even better.
I like the green apple. That's my favorite.
This bag
Green
is
apple is
overloaded
my
with,
favorite.
with blue raspberry for some reason, and I'm not complaining.
I love the green apple.
That's my least favorite. I always love finding the people who love green apple because I can trade that garbage version for all the better ones in the bag.
So I can get a grape.
Yeah, exactly.
Cherry
No.
all day.
I
Cherry
use
all
people
day.
that eat
Cherry's the
grapes as
best
my
one.
like
I agree.
filter for people.
I don't
if
even
you're,
like
if you're eating a
cherry flavored
grape Jolly
things.
Rancher, I don't want to be around you.
I was gonna say something inappropriate, so I muted myself.
So watermelon and apple are the two least favorite here. By the
I
way,
love
we're talking
watermelon.
about VR.
Welcome to a VR podcast where we talk about Jolly Rancher flavors and smoking out of cow anus. At least we smoked out of the cow anus in VR, you know?
Oculus, please sponsor us.
Please, Meta. I mean, they're like going to drop a lawsuit on you for being MetaQuester.
It's better than
Like
Orbis.
it's the one thing they
I
find.
jumped into Orbis with Fink the other day. New character and leveled it up a bit. And yeah, no, it's actually, once you give it a bit more of a chance, it's a decent experience.
Yeah.
I am excited to try the first dungeon. Me and him are going to do that at some point. But there's like 7 world bosses, and they're like in the open world overlay, and they're really cool looking things. So like, you can interact with like the first world boss pretty straight away. You're just gonna get fucking annihilated.
Thank you, Kick-Ass. Yes, thank you. See?
Hey, I'm gonna challenge you right now. Take some cherry. I know you're defending blue, but I'm going with cherry. Take some cherry, or you're attacking blue. Take some cherry Jolly Rancher, and leave it in a bottle of liquor for a week, and let it dissolve in there. It's delicious.
Like you said, it tastes like NyQuil.
Yeah,
Hey.
I do like blue raspberry. I'm a blue raspberry
I do
and
too.
sour apple
It's
guy
so
myself.
good.
Those are my people.
Sour.
Sour apple and watermelon. I don't even like watermelon. I don't like.
What you have to understand about sour apple Jolly Ranchers.
Oh my god.
I'm about to call attention to my least favorite personal feature. If
Hey
you've ever
guys,
seen my teeth, this tooth is fake, right? One of these two. I think it's this one.
You don't
The
know
reason
which
it's
one?
fake.
I'm losing faith in your ability to tell the truth.
I was a kid. I had just gotten my 2 front teeth. The reason it's fake is because I was
It's
eating
all
a
you wanted for
sour
Christmas.
apple Jolly Rancher, and I bit into it, and it snapped my tooth in half.
That sucks.
So,
You have Jolly Rancher trauma. Jolly Rancher trauma.
so
I
yeah,
do chew them sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
I am a hard candy chewer. I crunch through them, and I have the worst teeth on the. Shut up. I have the worst teeth on the planet. And thanks, Mom. And
I've seen worse. I've seen some like. Never mind. I won't. I'm gonna be quiet.
I don't even have half of my
I had
teeth.
something to say too, but
Hey, how do you know she's not talking about you?
Yeah, yeah, so green apple Jolly Ranchers, even with that trauma, it is still my favorite. It's a lifelong
intense.
favorite.
Right. It
It's
can
the
be
best.
super
It's the
sweet.
best.
You're like, yeah, and then all of a sudden it just turns sour and makes your whole face scrunched up.
Guys,
you
we're
turn
making
into
it
some
super obvious that we didn't plan anything. Someone asked, "What is that sound?" I said a Jolly Rancher, and
we've
we've
been
now
talking
been
about it for, like, the
talking
last
about
20
Jolly Ranchers for like 15 minutes.
It's your
No,
fault.
you're high. It's been 3 minutes.
Has it?
Yes.
I just suck at time, so yeah, it has been.
Damn. I need another.
But
hat.
yeah, VR is great. Social VR is even better. You know, one thing I
Did
did
anyone
want
else
to
see
talk.
the concept art about Demio that Sormato posted in the Discord?
Yes,
That's
Actually,
a lot
let's
of
see if I can
characters.
pull that up.
Is
But
that
yeah, I
something
really
we're
wanna
allowed
play
to
with you
talk
too.
about? Or is
I don't know
that
where he got it from.
because
Yeah.
I want to know if that's canon.
Do you know where he got it from? I don't even know
I
where he
don't.
He
got
I
said
need
it
to
was
ask
just the internet. It wasn't part of any secret stuff. That's just
okay,
what they're
okay.
planning on doing.
That's in their official roadmap. That looks awesome. That's like more than
I agree.
doubling the current number of playable characters, I think.
Yeah, no, Zank, we need to get you into Demio. It'll be fun. It's
That'll
a
be
great game.
It grows on you. It really does.
the last time I had something grow on me. It was not nice.
You shouldn't talk about your kids like that.
I know she was talking about. I think it was.
It was that one.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said grow in you. My
Oh
bad.
no! On you.
No, I
Anyway,
know.
yeah, we'll have to do that. So Demio versus Dash, because I probably whoop y'all's ass in the racing, honestly.
Wow. You trying to make us sure of that or make yourself sure of that? Who are you trying to convince here?
I was just saying. I mean,
You know that in our league is like the #1 dash racer in the world, right?
who
He
is
is like his name's Psychedelic. He has like the #1 high score worldwide for like half
saying
of
y'all?
the
Like
races.
this group right here. I wasn't talking about nobody I don't know. I am not a bad driver. Are you serious? You ran into a parked car. I know you're not going to go there. Oh, she ran into a parked car, guys. Ludo, she's
I did
typing.
not.
Yes, you
I
did.
backed into a parked car.
Oh, that's easy to do. She was driving. The car was parked.
It's okay.
There.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
So we have the Bard in game.
Yep. So that's where
And that's
Very
actually what he looks
faithful-
like.
Very faithful image.
Jack
of him,
Black.
So
It's pretty good.
Which makes me
If
feel like the
that's
other ones are
really
going to be
cool.
faithful too, which would
I want to be
cool.
that scholar.
So
I'm,
what
I
on
don't know
earth-
why. I'm dope.
what on earth
tourist
does a tourist do?
Now I'm curious. I bet it'll
He's
bring.
just hanging out.
Well, no, see,
random
no. So I actually think I know what this is. I think he's supposed to be an explorer for like when you need to like see
He's
most of the
hot.
map. So like it would give you
things.
like
Ooh, he'll have cards.
prowess
Yeah.
of vision.
Guys,
Makes
he's got a
sense.
hamburger in his pocket.
Yeah, he's got food on him, so he's also.
He
got
might be
something
like
to
a
do with
tanky
eating.
explorer.
He could be a tank, an explorer. Yeah, so he's meant to go out and find the map. That sounds good.
Yep, that makes sense.
He's
You got the
adorable.
other
And
ones?
we've got Necromancer. That's self-explanatory.
That
Thief,
looks dope.
self-explanatory. Barbarian. Finally, we'll have another tank, so I'm not the only one getting courage the whole game. Look at him. Like, that is a cool looking barbarian. Another
is.
thief. So the
All of
assassin
them are
will
cool
have a little
looking.
friend.
The Necromancer, I think, is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm honestly excited for all of them because all of the classes have so many different unique cards that, like, I know there's gonna be so much extra stuff added into the game with this many characters if they get added.
Yeah.
Engineer looks like another tanky kind of guy. Alchemist, more support. Priest. What?
We
I
have
have
like an
no clue what a
official
priest would
healer. Oh, it would totally be a magician healer.
She's sexy
do.
too.
Yeah. I think that was.
Oh, and one thing you haven't, Zay, when you say she's sexy, the archer says some really weird. It's just maybe I have a dirty mind, but it's slightly sexual things. She's like,
Like
what does
what?
she say? Like something about like,
Where-
she's like, oh, that's a good vein or something. I don't know. It's weird.
That's not the
can't-
archer. That's the assassin.
Yeah,
Wait,
the
what?
assassin says
Is
some
it?
weird stuff.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong.
All-
Yeah,
all
the
of
assassin
the
goes,
voice
that's the
acting in
juicy
that
jugular.
game- That's
Or
a
the
juicy
jugular, yeah.
All of the voice acting in that game, it's so good. Like, it's one of the things I love about it is it draws you in. There's just little things. Like the art in the game is beautiful. The pieces work well. I downloaded some mods for it too. So if we ever want to try some modded content,
I would
I can
very
do it.
much so like to mod it.
And
from the looks of it, it's not like new things you can mod into it, but it's new ways to play it.
I'm down for it. Give me
And,
new
like you can
content.
up the card content to like 20 cards in your hand.
Let's get
You
nuts
can
with
start
it.
off with any cards. Like
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And-
so
and we're
gonna try
talking
that
about-
soon.
we're talking about getting Zay and K into our games, but I know Zay and K play some games on Steam that they were like,
Hey,
hey,
well, you've been talking shit about this guy.
oh wait, what? Oh, Boney's there. Oh shit.
Oh, Act like he's not there,
Yeah.
guys. Act like he's not there.
No, but Zay and K, you guys sent me some games and like 3 of them, and so we'll just fuck the 2 hours thing. We'll get you. I need to play with you guys. I need to play with you guys and all those 3 games because they looked interesting. They look different, and then we'll have some other things to talk about on
He
this.
kind
show.
of dabbled in like one of them. It's like the detective one.
Well, I think that we were gonna try to do Rec Room, do some paintball
Yeah.
maybe.
That's another one. That's what all of us should do. All of us.
And if anybody knows anything about the Horizon world, because I'm totally lost at that.
I've heard that that's really expanded. Oh, I found a cherry one. Oh, it's grape.
Oh my.
So Captain's asking about modding Oculus games. So one thing a lot of people do. Jesus, that rapper is so loud, dude.
I'm trying to find a cherry one.
With Steam games, so many of the games are based on Unity, that there are programs dedicated to modifying Unity files, and so there's cheat engines and things like that that are designed to go in and change the games, and they're all based on the same structure. So when you get into Oculus games, those are Android games. So I don't think there's a lot of like straightforward mods, but I know I have seen people fly t-shirt Meta. Bonely likes your shirt, Meta.
I know. I wasn't gonna acknowledge it because that's how cool I am.
That's not why you didn't acknowledge it. You're just trying to find a cherry Jolly Rancher.
So
Shush.
That's another reason
I
I'm
don't have
super
any
excited
more.
for Bone Lab.
I think Boney just likes it because you have sleeves. Sorry, go ahead.
All of
Yeah,
my
he's
shirts
very
always have
anti-sleeve. What are you
sleeves.
talking about?
I know, I was just being a smartass.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
No, Bone Lab. I'm super looking forward to that. And yeah,
I mean,
there's
while we're
so many-
talking about mods, you know, that's one of the awesome things about Boneworks is there's so many community mods that it's part of the game, you know, and it's going to be the same for Bone Lab where you just have. Oh, it took me a minute. Nice sleeves, Meta. With Bone Lab, that's going to be another huge thing is you're playing user content, and when your game allows users to make content, guess what? You never run out of content. People have stuff to do in your game, and God, Bone Lab is going to be so good. I have not been this excited for a VR game since the last one, which was what? I think Alicia, maybe.
Okay, so like a month ago.
A month ago. Yeah.
Has anyone here tried Blade and Sorcery? That's a cat. It's not a yes.
It looks expensive for everything I've heard about the game. I don't know why I'm so uptight with my VR money, but
because it's money. It's not fake money.
I feel like when you've watched a couple people do live gameplay of Blade and Sorcery, you kind of know the game, like back to front. Like it seems like that's about all there is. Sounds like Meta's stirring a bowl full of ball bearings in his desperation to find the elusive cherry Jolly Rancher.
I have a pack in my other room that I could go and get. That's an all reds pack. Then I wouldn't have to search for my red Jolly Rancher. But unfortunately, guys, I really like Jolly Ranchers. They're my favorite candy.
So my real name is
Junior.
Siberian. Thank you so much for wanting to know that. Oh, you're talking about cat. Okay.
Oh shit! Oh, that's funny. That was the best. Okay.
I'm sorry. You say his name was Juno?
Her name is Juna.
Her name. Sorry.
You haven't seen his videos on
And,
Discord?
and I just know
Hey,
she's
Junie.
definitely hurt. She's in heat now, so she's a little crazy. So she's a little kitten. This is the first time.
Dad, how dare you share my business?
Putting her on blast, dude.
She's walking away right now. So,
Yeah, you know.
Never get
She's
on
not
Over
going to
here,
talk
like,
to you for 3
Just
days.
that
Okay?
time of my cat's month.
The moon is at odds with you right now.
Oh God.
This is another one of those. Hey, we're almost out. Oh, what? Oh.
Sorry, I'm playing with things that I shouldn't play with.
What a well-organized Twitch stream.
So, you know, that's a good point. You know, Budo's got to figure stuff out.
I am. Yeah.
He is officially moving on to be one of the producers of the stream. So he's
Nice.
going to learn how to do everything. He's expressed a lot of interest so far in it. And, you know, nights like tonight where I'm worried a tornado is going to take the house down, it's good to have someone else that can push buttons.
Yeah, no, if you want to, I can see how to do that as well. Because
tried,
I
Meta.
actually...
I tried.
Huh?
I tried.
Tried
You
what?
had that power for 3 months now. And
Oh, did I?
Never.
He lost it in his bowl of Jolly Ranchers.
He lost it in the Jolly. It's in there. It's down there. Dig.
It's probably because I'm always late and stoned.
That's right. We shouldn't give you that power.
The reality of it is, Budo's obviously very interested in how all this works, and the more I would love it if we blow up, if things work out, and somehow we're popular and this works and everything. But the truth of the matter is, this is also a really good learning experience for anyone that wants to figure out how you stream and how you do things. And Budo's been begging me for 3 months now to start helping him out with everything. And I told him I would, and then every week I blow him off on accident, but still, I'm like, oh yeah, I was going to do that. And
Budo, give me your secrets. I'll blow them up next.
What's my secret?
Yes.
What are your secrets, Budo? I want to know all of
What
them.
are your secrets?
Okay, so.
So I once watched a man get murdered in downtown Las Vegas.
Is that a song?
No, I think that was just a dark fun fact about Kitty.
It should be a song. I feel like it's a song.
No, I don't.
Man, we really don't have a plan for tonight.
Yeah.
The good news is there's only 9 minutes left.
Yeah.
This feels like a good time to do some fun trivia.
One thing I wanted
What
to say.
candy company owns Jolly Ranchers?
Oh.
Only somebody that smokes from a bong while eating them is going to know the answer to that.
It's Hershey's.
I would have guessed.
I was gonna say
Hershey.
Nestle, so I lost.
I would, only because I have the answer right in front of me.
No, to finish off trying to actually stay on track with VR, I looked up some news today, and somebody came up with some sort of sideload app that is supposed to make it easier to use Steam on your headset. So that's something you can look into. It will get rid of the normal desktop that you get in the Oculus thing, but it's hard to describe. But there's new stuff going on in VR. We want to get new games. We're exploring. We're Rec Room. We're thinking about doing some paintball in there. There's just so much. There's almost. It's funny that we backed ourselves into this corner of we're playing so many games. It was weird that it felt limited. Like, oh, we're just playing Zenith and that, and then it was like the exact reverse of like, oh,
The
fuck,
whole
what-
world just
We played one game for so long that all of a sudden there were 6 or something.
Which is
there
good.
are some nights where I get really overwhelmed. Like I'll log on and I'll be like, I'm gonna play something tonight. And then Boneley's trying to get us playing poker, and then Sermaldo's like, hey, I'm gonna practice racing. And then Budo's like, hey, anyone up for a game of Demio? And then Fink is like, hey guys, you guys wanna come play Zenith? And
Well, he's been in
You
Orbis
know.
a lot more. He's like trying to start a group.
I'm gonna
in
give
there.
Orbis another chance.
We should.
I think it's worth
got
it. I
so
gotta be
much
honest.
content in it that I want to play it. Well, yeah, I've got it. I didn't return it, so I do have it. It's just
It really, the
movement
class you
mechanics
pick
are
is
so hard
extremely
for me.
important. If you want a good first experience, pick either Paladin or Archer. They're easy, they're intuitive, and it doesn't make you feel like you have to know too much too soon all of a sudden. And Paladin has an extra teleport mechanic that gives you extra range of motion that feels really nice, as opposed to just the standard walking around.
And Zane K, just so you know, like Orbis is it's like Zenith, except what Zenith nailed was you can fly and you can climb everything. You don't get that in Orbis, but what you do get
It's
is
a much more solid MMO.
a lot of content. Like you can get a dragon, and for instance, my first dragon, I didn't buy that dragon. Somebody gifted it to me, and so I've got a couple of dragons. I'll give you a dragon.
Yeah, me
And
too.
then-
Fink gave me a dragon. I was like, okay.
Pet dragon will follow you, and then you can go to a certain place, and then you can race that dragon, and you can do this mini game where you're racing a dragon going through rings,
And they have facial animations. When you talk, your character, like other people's mouths are moving when they talk, which is really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
That is my favorite mechanic out of Orbis. Is
So we're
when you
stuck
talk,
now.
the little smile goes to the circle.
What are
Like
you
it's a
stuck
really simple mechanic.
So now we've got to look at Demio and Orbis.
I think Orbis is like $15, so it's on the cheaper side if I remember.
I would say look at Demio first.
Yeah, Demio.
Just because we're all active in Demio right now. And they are
many of us can play
working
it at
on
one
new
time?
content for Demio.
Yeah, as
so-
of right now, there's only like 3 of us that I think are
And-
in Orbis. At the
And
moment.
4 of us can play it at the same time.
Oh my
But Orbis, we could all
Right
play
there.
it at the same time if we get into it.
That's true.
How many people? I think you can have 10 people in the hangout. So if we are just hanging out, we could all jump into the hangout.
Yeah, but that's
And
more like
literally
VR
just
chat or
spend time
something.
together.
Like it's good.
What do
But-
we do in all of these games? We hang out.
Oh no,
We
I
don't
have no
play the
issue
game?
with that. I just think that it's worth noting that you could do that in a lot of games.
So with Spider-Man, man.
Oh, he will. Don't encourage him.
Yeah.
He's looking down at Kitty and Meta, so he's like not looking at.
Because he knows I have a gorgeous face.
Is that what it is? Tell me in the cheek, dude.
Let me flick my hair.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, we just so many games to come up. I think it would be a fun goal for the next stream to either be in Demio or we talked about Zenith. Zenith should be the first one. It'd be funny if we were in Zenith.
We could even switch mid.
Well, Friday tomorrow or not tomorrow, but
Can't we?
Friday. Yeah, we can. You could theoretically, but like
We
this
just start
Friday
Zenith.
when we're doing our Demio night, we'll stream it, but not part of the show. Whereas next Wednesday, for part of the show, it'd be interesting if some of us were in Zenith as part of the show, while some people aren't in Zenith. Maybe I don't know. Just ideas, throwing them out there. Like you said, we're super planned out. So.
So yeah,
Come
last
watch our
couple minutes
Twitch
here-
show where we explain how to make a Twitch show, but not really explain how to make a Twitch show.
If anyone is watching this stream, this is not typical for us. It's been a really busy week for most of us, and we haven't put any effort into this week, which means you end up with this. We are making a lot of plans for where things are going, and we'll get there. But
Where is cheer sound effects?
okay.
This
Did it
is
work?
what happens when our commissioner is absent.
And I'll be honest, like as stupid as this
Relatable.
is, if I were to find a show, yeah, what's that? Yeah, but I love it. It's relatable, exactly. To me, if I was into something, or if I find it way later, and I were to look back at the back catalog of like their shows, if I saw this episode, I'd just love it. I'd just be like, oh, this is fucking stupid as fuck.
Once we've got real content out there, this will be great stuff to come back to and just make fun of ourselves. Like,
Yes.
Remember when we didn't have a plan? Remember when there wasn't structure in the world? Remember when
We spent
Kayleiki
20
had a
minutes talking about
mohawk?
Jolly Ranchers.
By the way, Kayleiki, that mohawk is rocking.
Looks great.
Thank you.
Guys,
Look at
what about
this.
my hair?
Shut up. No one. You show up in stream for once, and we'll talk about it. We'll see how your hair is. Or are you still worried it's gonna?
Guys.
Oh.
I'm like Roger in American Dad. I can't eat.
So what
Oh,
all
that's
what
missing.
what all y'all playing this weekend? Zane K, you got time on Saturday to play random games?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
I only have like one shoot on Saturday, and that is mid-afternoon.
Oh, wait, is Bonely like not?
You said we're just now complimenting the mohawk.
Oh,
No, we
yeah,
complimented it way before the stream started. But Man, she's looking fly, and she's got her own camera tonight. Like,
Yeah, I
nice.
tried something new.
No, I keep myself.
Whatever. I was already gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. No, this is awesome. It feels like
I got a new co-host.
new panel member, Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah, some stuff for the guild. We are going to start planning some free app nights where we're getting into Rec Room Paintball. I know a couple of us want to do big screen, hop in and watch some movies together.
That'd be so fun. Love that.
Just get baked off your brains and watch The Matrix or something.
Oh, dude, if everybody in here just got to, I would love to do. I know that has nothing to do with the stream, but I would just love that.
I mean, big screen. It's a great app to hang out in.
It is, but it was so weird to go into a group when you don't know anybody else in there. I've tried it and I was like, okay, this kind of doesn't feel cool. But if I actually was able to go with all you peoples, oh my god, it'd be the best thing ever.
And we should. There's no reason not to. It's fun and easy. Oh my gosh.
We're taking a pause to just acknowledge that of course only responsible adults who are in places that are legal would possibly be having
please smoke responsibly.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest thing ever. You made it weird, Meta. You made it weird.
You ruined the whole flow, Meta.
But yeah, so some fun nights coming up where hopefully we can do some community building, get into some other games that are massive. I mean, there's so much stuff to do in Rec Room. I mean, limiting ourselves to paintball seems silly, but we'll start with paintball. Big screen. There's a couple other big ones like Gun Raiders. Is it Gun Raiders or Gun
Raiders? Gun Raiders.
It's Gun Raiders. I haven't tried it yet though.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's really
what we were
fun.
talking about earlier. It's the problem with that game is it's got a really young community, and so there's a lot of screeching going on. But if we have a private lobby with just us, it'll be great. No, we haven't talked about
guys.
Dash
We should end the
entire stream.
And so, guys, thanks for coming out tonight and watching our hot mess. This seems like our normal start to the wrap-up time. So this is the first of our many inevitable. Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Oh, Dash and Dash. Actually, to be honest, we have a Dash tournament going on. It's super working, super popular. Join our guild.
Super popular.
Yeah, super
so
popular.
The Dash tournament is getting crazy. We've got 2 of the top drivers in the game in our tournament, just destroying us. And now Sermaldo is starting to really. I missed last night. I've been dealing with all this crap and getting sick and everything, so I didn't get to play last night. So I'm wondering, did Sermaldo have a good showing?
We all had a good showing. Weirdly, I actually finished first somehow. In one of the races. No, I did. It happened.
Yeah, no, he did.
Psychotic and
it's not psychotic. It's psychedelic.
Psychedelic. I've done that like 20 times now. Have you seen the avatar? I think psychotic works. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
But no, I mean, I was not winning at all, and I somehow won a race, and so the more people that go into it, the more interesting the races become. So
was that 2 full parties racing?
Yeah, to the point where on the second game, 3 of us had to step out. We had to not play.
I do. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's been awesome. Bonley, shout out to Bonley. He was even bragging about it in the chat. I could just see his smug face at home going, I knew I was right. But he's shout out, he's been right about this so far. People seem to really be into it.
Siberian wants to know when the league ends and does it go on forever?
So this was race 4, right?
Yeah.
I think we still have like 3 more weeks of this season or so, and then we're gonna do another season after that, after a few week break probably.
So it doesn't end. There'll be a break. Yeah.
Yep. And there's its own Discord for that. And just I do want to just give a quick shout out real quick here to all the haters out there. No, but actually, it's just I'm a little high and it felt like the right thing to say after that. But for anyone who may have tried to join our Discord, if any of you guys are the people watching, please know that up until now we haven't kicked you out. There was an issue where we had a bot that was automatically kicking people out of the Discord who after they join. So if you do still watch our show and would like to be re-added to the Discord, you can add yourself back. You won't get kicked now. The issue has been resolved.
Go back to crimsoncouncilguild.com.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what it is.
There's a link at the top of the page that'll take you to our Discord. And the bot has been sacked. It has been removed. So he has been fired. I was starting to feel like take it personal, man.
I was like what's wrong with us?
Last week, Siberian, he popped in for 10 minutes and then just left the server, and I was like, oh man, he really did not like us. We're all waving and happy he showed up, and then he just leaves the server. So,
like instantly. There was like the 5th person in a row that I was like, hey guys, everyone's like saying hi to them, and after the 3rd person I stopped like telling people in the public chat that like, hey, they left, because like it was starting to get spirits down that like, hey, this is the 6th person in a row that's joined and immediately left.
So it was on a so it was set up so that if someone closes the app, they get removed from the server. So like as soon as you close Discord down, you're never making it back in. And
they probably thought we were the rude ones.
Yeah, that's why I know.
Like that's like the moment I realized that someone was talking to me about it, and I was like, that's what's happening. And I popped
I said I did like at Kitty, I was like, is it possible the bot is kicking people? Like I was like, there's no way this many people.
There's no way this many people hate us after 5 minutes.
I'm so happy I'm such a narcissist that I was right.
I mean, it was a good call. It was like Fink this week getting mad about the vanity points. And he's like, I've been level 3 forever. And I'm like, yeah, you just got to keep talking. He's like, I have been. And finally, he pulled up a screenshot from like 2 weeks ago, and his XP hadn't gone up at all. And I was like, wait. No, there is something up. You're right. And yeah, good job on that, Meta. Good job.
We're trying to fix things.
We suck, but we're trying.
Hey, we are learning about everything on the way.
Everything. All of this.
We're infamous, man. If you ever played Infamous on the PlayStation, we went the evil route.
Yeah. That was a cool game, man. I haven't thought about that game in a long time.
I love Infamous. I would love to play Infamous in
VR. And
VR.
with what Bone was saying, what is our reputation? We're just too cool. You know, you got to be really cool.
I will say, when I've gotten back into Zenith a few times, Crimson Council does seem to have a reputation that we're kind of elitist, which is weird because I feel
we're not.
We're not at all.
It's probably the whole age requirement. I don't think they understand.
That's it, probably.
I think that's what it is. I mean, so it's a sad thing, but we are all adults at this point. And I have kids. You guys most of you have kids. Budo has cats. You understand, like, I don't want to hang out with kids. I'm fine playing with them in the game and stuff like that. But when we're in our Discord chatting and hanging out, I'd really rather not have to worry about what kids are seeing or what, did you get your parents' permission to hang out with us grown men? Like, I don't
I am not a man.
Prove it.
Whoa.
Hang on. I don't want to get banned. Never mind.
That's why we have to have 18 and over.
This is the second of our inevitable tries to say thanks for coming to the show tonight.
We usually start saying that at about 11 o'clock, and then 11:15 we actually shut it off. Like, our streams are crazy consistent, seeing as how we don't ever end when we say we're going to end. It's really funny. Like, so many of them are...
for another 20 minutes after we ended.
Yeah, inevitably. Yeah. That's the real party. I mean, I wish we could stream that, because it's always so much fun. Meta turns on his real camera. Budo puts up a stripper pole. It's a good time.
Yeah, you're missing out. You don't even know how good it is.
You find out that like I look exactly like this or not. I could look like completely different. I'm gonna leave that up to people's imaginations.
He's really black.
Oh my gosh. That's gonna be canon.
Before we leave, I'm just curious. How close are Zay and Kay? How close are you to each other? Are you in different rooms, or are you just literally right?
I'm in my room. Yeah.
Okay, you're in your room. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear Zay and Kay's mic as usual, but I can't hear Kay and Zay's mic.
It's hers. I think hers is like super amped up. I don't know, on her laptop.
I think it might be that you're loud.
I am not loud.
Oh, this is the third of our inevitable attempts to say.
I don't think
Look at him, reeks of elitist.
Oh, Bone Me, we missed.
I mean, come on, we've got a guy in our
Sing
stream
with
that
some
literally
Aldo.
doesn't own sleeves. Like, how elitist could we be? Only we miss you, man. Not having you on screen is really sad. I enjoy having you around.
Yeah, and same with all of us. It's a fun group. It's just so weird. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The power of VR can't be denied.
Yeah, bringing us all together. So this week, be on the lookout. Friday night, we're doing Demio night. It'll be interesting since there's a 4-player limit on the game, but hopefully we can get enough people to have a couple games going. And just,
it looks like we might be able to do 2 teams, 1 of 4 and 1 of 3, or maybe 2 teams of 2, or just 1 team of 4. It depends on how many people show up. But we don't have to do
through an adventure.
Yeah, and we don't exactly. That's part of the
team
plan.
comes out on top. That's awesome.
And even if it's the 3-person team, they actually might. So in my mind, the 3-person team has the edge over the 4-person team because enemies scale, and it's all about how many hits it takes to kill something, not about how much health it really has. So if something is 4 health, and you do 3 damage. That's 2 turns. It's not 4 damage. It's 2 turns of that character. But if you play with 3 people, then enemies scale down and their health is 3. So it's a 1-hit tap. So you kill things a lot faster. So I think that the 3-person team would have the advantage.
Oh no, but we'll see. It'd be fun.
Yet, so if I sign up,
it'd be fun to try to start the same time and race to see who finishes the same board first.
I think this would get so hostile so fast, though. Because this is a turn-based game. I can already hear the other teammates, hurry up, what's taking so long? They're going to beat us.
Don't let me on your team.
There was one night we were playing, and I can't remember who we were playing with. And we were having so much fun chatting that we were not playing through the game. And I want to say it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I am literally falling asleep in the headset. And finally... I feel like Bonely was there. Because finally I'm like, alright, look, either let's play and get through this map or I'm going to bed. I don't know. And I think I ended up going to bed because we still weren't playing through.
Oh no, I've heard about this night. You straight up fell asleep and people had to wake you up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there.
Like 3 times or something.
And they're like, where'd Kitty go? Did he go AFK? And I'm like, what? What? Oh, hey, it's my turn. Cool. How'd you guys get way over there?
That's just how good VR is. You just can't get away.
Oh, I got asked by someone. I don't remember who it was. It was someone someone new. It might have been Nitrous. It was someone new to the. It might not have been, but it's someone that we haven't interacted with a ton. But he just randomly goes to me. He goes, "Have you ever fallen asleep in your headset?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Falling asleep in VR is like a whole different kind of experience." And I was like, "How often do you do that? That's not a good idea."
I mean, I've done it on purpose at least 10 times.
Kitty, don't do that.
Why?
I don't
Why
know.
not?
I don't know. I can't think of a good answer.
So what I used to do,
This is
when
our
I had
fourth attempt to end the show.
the Gear VR headset, which was the one you strap your phone into. There was a app back then that was it was a social meeting app where you could have 4 people sit around a campfire. I can't remember what it was called. I don't think it's around anymore. But I used to get into that by myself in a closed room, sitting next to the campfire.
It's like
And when you
ambient
looked up,
noise.
they had all of these stars, there were crickets going. So I would just lay down in my bed with the headset on and I'd go to sleep by the campfire. And I did that
Ambient.
a lot. And I mean, I'd plug my phone in so I had a live electric cord on my face with a LiPo battery just waiting to explode, strapped to my head while I slept. Probably not a great idea. I don't feel too bad with the Quest, though. I feel like it seems safe enough that I don't feel too bad falling asleep with that on.
Okay, we should end this, but I want to say this happened today. There was a meeting about creating a new library. This is super quick. Creating a new library, and I was really glad that somebody who is in charge of like a team place is. They were like, "What do you want for new?" And they're like, "VR, VR." That was like the first thing that they said, and I was like, "Okay, people know this is the future, and what we should do for the future."
Yeah, it's definitely getting important. Meta's new headset is going to be... So, here goes Budo with a new topic.
It's starting to show up in TV shows, too, I've noticed. It hasn't really been prominently featured in any way.
We saw the same thing with drones, where they started bringing them into TV shows, and they did such a horrible job representing them. And that video just got really weird.
Oh, when Zane K mute, it changes.
Oh.
Had to. There's a 2-year-old in the house.
Yeah, he's next to me.
I know. I sent him in there.
Zane K, any last words? We should just,
You never want me
Any
to say
last words?
so I'm just gonna
That was so, like, scary. Like, Budo, are you gonna come through like the dark web and murder them? Like,
I should say anything else. You want to end? I don't know. Fuck, I don't know.
Any final thoughts?
Final.
We'll call this section Final Thoughts.
Hey, respects. Hey, now. If only you're not here, so don't comment. Just leave it be.
we gather here today to pay tribute to the loss of Zayliki's ability to answer this question.
Oh my god. No! God. Only bring your ass back so they can go back picking on you, not me. Please.
Oh, there's Meta.
As it should be.
Looking beautiful as always.
So, final thoughts. Oh no!
Go to Kay.
Mom, get your child.
Oh, yay. Okay,
No.
so final the streaming of games is going to be more of a thing on our channel. And maybe a little bit. It's a shading. I'll fix it next stream. Shut up, Bonley. But the more streaming of games on the channel, with us commenting on that, more than just the hanging out in VR, I think we're gonna all have a good time. And I hope it's a good experience for everyone. Next person.
Now, what did I do? What did I do? He's beating me up.
No, he's not. He's loving
What
you.
are your final thoughts on the night? We're wrapping things up.
VR final thoughts.
Your last chance to speak to the world this
Oh
Wednesday.
gosh. Really, I can't think of anything right now. I'm being attacked. Stop. No.
Tell us a crazy conspiracy you believe in. Tell the world what you believe.
I don't even know. There's probably a lot. I just can't think of them. You put me on the spot. That's all.
You still down for VR?
Oh,
Was
yeah, for
JFK
sure.
assassinated by John Wilkes Booth?
For sure. What are you doing?
Wait, Lee Harvey Oswald. Lee Harvey Oswald.
He just mixed up Lincoln and Kennedy's assassin.
Oh my assassin? Who?
Never looked.
Right behind you. Look
President.
out.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The camera.
You all fail history.
Dude, VR is the best. This weekend, No Man's Sky has had like they always do these weird expedition things. I've been lacking on it. Really want to hit
Let's
hard.
play.
So I'm gonna try to hit No Man's Sky really hard this weekend.
Yes,
Let's do it.
I'll come play because I have it too, and I'm totally lost on it.
Oh wait, Kay's got No Man's Sky. Oh, then fuck yeah.
Kay and Zay, we both have it.
Oh, it's hard to meet each other in No Man's Sky. But
Don't say
Wow,
that.
he backed out of that so fast. He
No,
went,
it's
oh. He's like, oh, Zay's gonna be there? Yeah, he's like, okay,
no,
too.
no,
Oh.
it's hard.
You know,
hard.
it's really hard to meet up sometimes.
It's so hard. But I'm like, fuck, I gotta figure that out. We gotta figure
It's
it out.
because I'm mixed. Is that what it is?
No,
I'm sorry, y'all.
no, but that's awesome. And then if we all play, even if we don't manage to meet up together, because it's fucking hard to find a person on a whole planet. Then
In a galaxy.
yeah, and a gap. But
It
we'll
is
play.
rough.
Way to cover it up, Budo and Kitty. Way to cover it up.
Didn't they
Yeah.
supposedly like work on that?
Just hurts my feelings.
Yeah, no, it's great. I've played with several friends in No Man's Sky. It's really easy to meet up and hang out.
Okay.
Especially with
Prom.
the expeditions, it's even easier because everyone goes to the same area.
You can't play
Yeah,
So-
yeah, you gotta hang out with both of them now.
I've never had friends in
so
No Man's
sorry.
Sky, so you
I thought
got
they
it,
said
Kitty.
this was gonna end with
I,
having never
uh,
had friends.
I am also down for No Man's Sky this weekend. That'd be fun. Anyways, yeah, final thoughts. Thanks everyone for showing up. Things will get better, I promise. I'm sorry tonight was so unorganized, but we still had fun. Still a good time. Be looking forward to what else to come. We'll get the first 2 hours worked out so it's actually exist in a capacity where you can watch it. And yeah, that's really about all I have. So, thanks everyone.
just
for,
Gotta figure out the next game.
yeah.
Zay and Meta, they still get
What now?
Zay. You
What?
get final thoughts.
Oh, that was my final thought. You hurt my feelings, so I don't got no thoughts.
Okay, well then Meta, you don't get nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
He's on the spot.
Guys, I think I went first. You realize this, right?
Oh no, I forgot.
I gave my final thoughts about the show improving, and then I said next person.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks Kayleeki for showing up on your own camera tonight. with
Right.
That badass mohawk.
Yeah. Okay.
And thanks to Bonely for not showing up tonight.
Yeah. I hope you watched the first half of the show where we just completely bashed you.
All we're doing is bashing you.
I did not go into that. I just want to let you know. I did.
And
Just-
Sir
it's
Maldo,
just
looking forward to killing you next time on Dash Dash.
I think we bashed him too, didn't we?
Yeah.
A little bit.
yeah, a little bit. It's the rule.
Was
These
it my
hoes ain't
idea?
Stream,
loyal.
you get made fun of a little bit, but we do miss you. Like it's not the
Oh.
same not having Bonely here now. It's not too bad not having Sir Maldo here, but he's missed too. And, on that note, we will see you guys next week, same place, same time. We should have another stream going. Sounds like Friday night when we do Demio.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll at least have that broadcasting, so we'll have that going on Friday night. No clue what time
And
it'll be.
I will
'cause I'm
try to
sure we'll
stop
have
being
to
so
organize
lazy
that.
about learning how to stream it myself so that Kitty doesn't always have to be the one doing it.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be great?
Figure it out.
It's all right. I've got Budo going here. He's gonna be my protege now.
Gonna try.
So
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's probably a better idea.
No, I'm saying that I'm gonna try to get that down as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, the more of us that do, the better.
Yeah, the more of us that can handle everything, the better. Because like this, where we have an off night, Bonely and Sir Maldo both couldn't be here. We've had other nights where I think it was just like me, Bonely, and Buddha one night. We've had some issues where it's hard to have everyone here. So the more people that can handle everything, the better. So
Yep.
anyways, we're gonna cut the stream off. So you guys have a good night. Thanks for being here with us.
And this is our final attempt, the one that worked.
This is
Only
Good
took
night,
six tries.